All right, next game, 49ers at the Patriots. This line opened up Patriots -5, and it's down to 2.5. Obviously, I think because of the result that happened last week, plus the offensive line injuries for the Patriots, plus the Niners won on national TV, so that would explain the line move. So, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, the first thought in my head is the Patriots are less than 3-point favorite at home. That's really weird. My second thought is it's even weirder, but I think I like the 49ers in this one right now. And you touched on this a little bit, but the offensive line for the Patriots is in shambles right now. We don't know who's going to be back this week. They have a few guys on the COVID list, so they could get some guys back. I think David Andrews is on IR. I don't know if he's eligible to return this week. If they get players back on the offensive line, I will like them more, but I don't think they match up well against this 49ers team because the 49ers, they got Emmanuel Mosley back last week, and Jason Verrett is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing very well at corner. Richard Sherman is due back soon. So they have enough guys that can cover the Patriots receivers or lack thereof. In fact, I think there were 6 passes caught by receivers against Denver, and they were 3 to Damiere Byrd, 2 to Julian Edelman, and 1 to a guy named Isaiah Zuber. I barely know who Isaiah Zuber is, and I live in New England. So that should tell you about the state of the receiving core there. So I like the defensive matchup there. I think that the 49ers are going to force Cam Newton to have to make some plays with his legs, and the Patriots are going to have to figure out a way to run the ball on the 49ers if they want to score, because the passing game just isn't going to get the job done if there's no blocking and there's no good play at receiver. So I think there's a big advantage there. And then the other side of the ball, the Patriots have a very good defense that I think can contain the 49ers, especially with Raheem Mostert out. But I think they can score some points because Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel are just very hard to contain. So I think the 49ers are going to keep this really close. I don't know if they win outright, but I like them as underdogs. Probably not going to bet this one right now because there's been so much line movement and we don't know what the case with the offensive line is. And I may switch picks if there are more offensive linemen back for the Patriots than we expect. There's just too much unknown right now. But if everything were today as it is right now, I would go with the 49ers.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And if the Patriots are still missing all of those offensive linemen, I'm going to be with you on the Niners. But yeah, we don't know what their statuses are. I just looked it up. David Andrews is eligible to come off IR this week. We don't know if he's going to play. We don't know if Shaq Mason and James Ferentz are going to come back from being on the COVID list. And also Jermaine Illuminor, I don't know what his status is, but he got hurt during the Denver game as well. So if they get 2 of those guys back, I think I would be on the Patriots because of this line value. The advanced spread on this game is 4.5, and it's down to 2.5, which is going through 2 key numbers. Well, 1 key number and one slightly less at 4. Also, my number for this game personally is Patriots -4.5. And the computer model says Patriots -5 is correct. So I think we're getting some really good line value with the Patriots. Also, New England's defense is one of the best against tight ends in the NFL. So I think they should be able to contain George Kittle. They did a good job against Travis Kelce a couple weeks ago. So I think they can contain Kittle. And so with that in mind, I want to take New England. I just want to see if they can actually block, which is kind of a problem. If you can't block in the NFL, you can't win. But if the Patriots can block in this game by getting some guys back from injury, then I think they should be able to win this game.
Yeah, I think the 2 most important for me are, well, really the most important is going to be Illuminor, even though he might be the least talented of the starters there. I just think that I think it's Corey Cunningham's their backup tackle. If he has to play, that's going to be rough. But if they get him back and then one of either Andrews or Mason or even Ferentz back, I probably will join you because the Patriots have Mike Onwenu, who's a really good backup guard, so he can start. But for now, I'm assuming nothing's changing. I'd be on the 49ers, but if they do get linemen back, probably join you on the Patriots.